Okay.
Okay, so hello everyone. I'm Shwetangne and welcome to our summer speaker series today. And the idea behind the summer speaker series was basically to create more awareness around health and wellness and getting to know a lot more from health professionals working in various different fields and getting our queries and questions answered through them so that we have the right kind of knowledge. And yes, so something that will help us, our families, live more better, healthier lives. So this is our first episode today, and I'm pretty excited to have Miss Elsangela here. So before we start, let me just introduce you to our viewers. So Miss Elsangela, she is a certified nutritionist, and she's also a diabetes prevention coach. And her specialities are digestive wellness, food allergies, diet, and detoxification. She's also a yoga instructor and a Reiki energy healing master too. And she's from California. So welcome, Elsangela. Welcome to our live
Thank
chat
you.
today. And thank you so much for joining in.
Yeah, thank you for, having me here.
Oh, it's a pleasure to have you. So, before we start off, I was just wanting to know, like, how you got interested into this whole health and wellness area, and how has your journey been so far?
Mm. So I started like my very curious a long time ago. First, when my dad was diagnosed with diabetes type 2, and also my grandma, and they just sent home and saying they have to take medications for the rest of their lives. And
Okay.
I couldn't, like believe, like why, just seeing him taking out the medication. It was very sad for me and really sparked a curiosity. I was like, it has to be another way. So
Okay.
yeah, that's how I started, And then after I moved to US, from Brazil to US, I really saw the obesity rate and the health problems rate really
Yeah.
high. And then I totally made the connection between food and nutrition in our health, how what we eat really affects our health. So
Okay.
yeah, so I started a whole new path in my life into nutrition and different healing modalities.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
So good. We are like very thankful to have you on our live chat today. So we'll have a lot of our queries and questions answered around like diabetes and Reiki and yoga. So those are like the specific topics that we would be discussing today. So to start off with, my first question for you is you work a lot with clients who are pre-diabetic, right?
Yeah.
So if you could tell us like what are the kind of signs and symptoms that one should look out for
Mm-hmm.
if you're like if you're possibly in the pre-diabetic range.
Okay, so a pre-diabetic person usually won't have any symptoms, not
Okay.
until she moves into the diabetes stage, and then she will have, like unusual thirst, and also go to the bathroom more often. You start peeing more often since your kidneys are working extra hard to eliminate excess sugar from your system.
Mm-hmm.
And then you feel usually hungry even right after you eat something, right after your meal, and you're still hungry because,
Right.
your body's having that trouble like using the sugar in the blood system. So all the sugar just gets built up in your blood
Right.
system. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And there's also dry mouth, and depending on the stage of diabetes, you can start losing weight. The person can start losing weight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And fatigue, since your body is not being able to get that, energy from the food, you're
Right.
feeling very tired and, you know,
Oh, yes. Yeah.
very weak.
Yeah.
So,
Those look like very kind of general symptoms too. Like you said, like you don't have like symptom per se, but I guess yeah, we should be. But it's good to know like we know these are the things that we see like a periodic change in our health, or there's something like this frequent peeing, we feel thirsty, there's fatigue. So I guess it's time to go to the doctor and get our blood work done, right?
yeah.
So that way. you are taking like a preventive kind of measure towards it. So yeah, and so that takes me to the next question. So we have like diabetes, as we know, it's like so common nowadays. We have at least like one person in the family who has diabetes, and it has like a hereditary angle to it too. So like if I have somebody with in my family with a health history of diabetes, so that increases my risk of acquiring the disease. So there are high chances of me getting diabetes. So in that way, what kind of lifestyle changes or what kind of diet changes do you recommend generally to people who are in the pre-diabetic or the diabetic range? So
So
we'll start maybe with the food stuff, like what food changes do you recommend? And then we go to the life.
you have to definitely go into a low-fat diet
Mm-hmm.
and also work in losing at least 5 to 7% of your body weight.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's, what really causes the diabetes, type 2 diabetes, is the excess fat, stored fat in your system, because it
Okay.
blocks the insulin receptor from
Mm.
absorbing, transferring the sugar from the bloodstream into the cells.
Right.
Yeah, so of course we hear a lot about all the way sugar, it causes diabetes, but
Yes.
the main culprit is fat.
Right. So stay away from all the extra sugary stuff, sugary drinks,
Mm-hmm.
and processed food and everything, right?
Yes, fried
Okay.
food.
Yeah. And when it comes to lifestyle, so what kind of changes do you recommend to people who are looking to like kind of control their
Mm-hmm.
pre-diabetic or coming back to the normal life?
So besides going to a low-fat diet, definitely exercise at least 20 minutes daily. You have to
Oh,
be constant. It's not like, oh, once a week or
right.
twice a week.
Yeah.
You have
So
to create a routine. Yeah.
to get regular on your exercise routine,
Yes.
right? So it's like more of do you do like more of like running stuff or like something that really burns the calories, that kind of stuff, or like
Uh,
any light like walking can also help?
Walking, like especially right after a meal, just go for it can be a slow-paced walk, but it's
Okay,
very important to stay active.
right.
Yeah.
Being active, I guess, is the key to
Yes.
yep.
It doesn't have to be intense, but you have to get moving.
Yeah, exactly. So that's nice. So let's move on to yoga. So you have been practicing yoga for quite some time, right?
Yeah.
And you also incorporate yoga when you work with these clients of yours who are in the pre-diabetic range. So can you explain something about like how yoga helps these people, or like what are the benefits of it?
So, like walking is very gentle. Yoga is also another gentle practice to start adding to your daily routine.
Right.
It doesn't have to be intense. It can be very simple yoga poses that really you get to twist your body. You really want to those poses that are working on your core, on the abdominal area, on the internal organs. So I kind of like working
Oh.
inside out.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah.
that's good actually. And I guess especially like it's been like more than 100 days now, like we are in the lockdown. So and you guys something that which you can really do at home too. And you do take a lot of online yoga classes, right? So if anybody is interested, I'll be putting in all her contact details in the video description below. So do reach out to her if you need any kind of online yoga help or yoga sessions. So I guess she'll be able to help you better.
Yeah.